Hey everybody, it's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. Wanted to talk about a situation we're in and ask the question: do you have to stop immediately when the police pull you over or attempt to pull you over? Right, you get lit up by the wigwags, the blue and red lights that are the strobe lights. And they try to pull you over. Do you have to immediately pull over to the side of the road and stop? Well, the answer to that question is yes and no. So yes and no. So that the perception that you don't have to pull over immediately comes from working the midnight shift or working the midnight shift essentially, and some young ladies were being pulled over, and you know inappropriate items, things were going on by police officers and people who were pretending to be police officers. So therefore, they decide it is up to the officer discretion on how far you can travel, how long you can travel, whether you can speed up, pull over, with the type of neighborhoods and things along those lines. You have to understand that that's the civilian component of it. You want to be safe as a female, safe as any regular person, right? If you feel as if it's dangerous to pull over to the side of the road because of what's going on, then travel a little bit further, and then you can you have to pull over. Sometimes people put on their emergency lights or hazard lights. I suggest that if you don't feel safe, let the officer know that you see him or her, and things along those lines. So and don't speed up, as in this case. So we're going to watch a case here in which I actually think that both sides have some merit. We got to get to an understanding as to where we're coming from with this. So let's take a look at the video here, and I'm going to briefly stop it, and we'll play it for just a little bit here.
Get out of the vehicle now!
So this is a case where we don't. It's not exactly known how far the individual traveled, a few blocks at least, calling it in, and that starts raising the officer's situational awareness as well as the his compatriots' situational awareness. Right, somebody's not stopping for you. Why are they not stopping? Are they trying to formulate a plan to attack, trying to drive you as try to drive the officers to a situation, into a place where they can be ambushed? These are all things that officers have to take into consideration. So yes, the public has to take certain items into consideration as far as their own well safety, making sure that it's actually a police officer who's trying to stop them, making sure that the place that they're going to stop is going to be safe for them. Appropriate lighting, hailing, things along those lines. Police officers think the same thing.
Get out of the vehicle now. Step out of the vehicle.
So I'm going to speed this up a little bit here.
224, 1 detained.
I'm at work.
Do you have any objection to me searching you right now, man?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any identification on you?
It's in my car.
Okay, I'm Officer Dufour, the Pensacola Police Department.
Yes, sir.
The reason I'm stopping you today is because your seatbelt is on. Okay? I gave you multiple chances to stop your vehicle. All right?
Well, I was trying to get to a place that I felt comfortable.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because I'm at work right now.
This is your vehicle?
Yes, sir. And I'm at work right now.
You're at work?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got my badge on and everything.
Okay. All right, for my safety and yours, I'm going to pat you down just to make sure you don't have any weapons on you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and spread your feet apart.
That's my work phone.
Right here?
No, right there.
Okay, what's right here? Don't reach right there.
Oh.
Is it okay that I lift that up and see?
Yeah. Okay. That's my badge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and take a seat.
Unit 224, 10-4.
10-4, take a seat.
Oh. Yeah, I was just stopping, waiting till I got to a place where I felt comfortable. I'm at work right now. I'm getting ready to go see a client right now.
Who?
Me. I'm at
You're-
work right now.
You're at work right now?
Yeah. I'm a counselor.
You're a counselor?
Yeah.
But do you have a client nearby or what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Okay, before we ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain Miranda as before.
No, I said it.
So you're cool with talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we continue on, I got to say that there's an extreme amount of patience that's being shown in by this particular officer, right? So, and words matter. Words matter. The officer said, "Do you mind if I search you?" The guy said, "No, I don't want you to search me," and he didn't. Really, really curious, and this is, probably more than likely changing court laws. I had to take a look at some updates that I got. But yeah, this may be this officer or the police departments, their policies and procedures about how to go forward, right? Because you can only search in certain instances, and maybe the courts are really kind of cracking down on when you can actually search people. Are they actually under arrest, and things along those lines? So those are things that I'm going to have to really kind of research. But it's very curious, and the officer was, in my estimation, extremely professional explaining himself. Now, soon they're going to get into a back and forth here, and words, like I said, words matter, right? He's going to ask if you can search the car, and he says no, you can't search the car. So which is really interesting, as to what's going on here. So I think the officer was very professional in things along those lines. So they're going to go back and forth here about you didn't stop. How come you didn't stop? How come you fleeing the police and things along those lines? So let's listen to that dialogue for a little bit.
Why did you flee from him?
I didn't flee.
You never stopped.
I was
You
waiting
never
until I
stopped.
got to a place where I felt comfortable.
You never stopped.
So that's the only thing that I'm saying.
Okay, so you can see the match they get in here. It doesn't go on for very long, but understand that as a civilian, you have some leeway to do that.
I didn't. I'm literally at work right now. Like I
You
got
could
my
have
work-
stopped at any moment.
I got my work badge on me and everything.
Where's your work badge at? Is your name and everything on
Yeah,
there?
it's my name is on there.
Mind if I grab that off of you?
Yeah, you can unzip. Yeah, I'm literally at work.
35 minute video. I'm not going to show the whole thing because I got to keep these under 10 minutes here. So I want to fast forward to the end here because other officers are going to come. They're going to go through his license. He has no warrants or anything like that. And they're going to talk at the end about, this whole thing could have happened if you just would have pulled me over, if you just would have pulled over at the right time. And so I really want to emphasize that particular part, that it's up to officer discretion about how long you can refuse to stop. I don't want to say evade or flee or anything along those lines. So we're going to hear him. We're going to hear this dialogue right here.
This would have been a different conversation. I don't know how often you've ever been pulled over. I don't know what kind of cops you've ever dealt with to make you feel uncomfortable.
PPD.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So look,
That's why I'm in meeting with Chief Tommy Leiter right now,
Really?
talking about different ways that we can address this. That's why I'm
Really?
talking to Lieutenant Stephen Bauer about issues just like this, because at the end of the day, like, I'm an up-and-coming leader in this community. I have no reason to defy law enforcement in any way. But what I do know is that, and this is law, I know that when a person feels uncomfortable when dealing with law enforcement, when you're driving, you have the right to continue on until you get to an area where you feel comfortable before the traffic stop begins. As long as you don't increase your speed, as long as you don't start to drive erratically in any way, you can continue to go.
yes, sir.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
I'm going to stop it right there. So if you're in a situation wherein you're being pulled over by the police and you don't feel safe because of the time of day, because of the amount of traffic, because of what's possibly on the side of the road, whatever, just explain it to the officer, right? So hopefully the officer will do the right thing. I would definitely agree. Don't increase your speed. I would definitely say put on your hazard light, maybe roll down the window, something along those lines. Officer, I'm just want to make sure I'm in a safe location and all that. So, but if you are being pulled out the car at gunpoint, just comply. Comply now, complain later, and things along those lines. So I hope this was informative. Listen, it's not a law, as this young man said, unless it's a law in Florida, where I believe this was going on, Pensacola, Florida. Understanding that is granted, and that's going to go by case scenario and basis, right? But I would not say drive 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, in all that, right? So you can even get on the phone, call 911, saying, "Listen, it's dark out. And I'm being pulled over by a police officer. Let them know I'm not running. I just want to pull over to a safe location, and then hopefully they'll relay that information back to the officer in his cruiser, and all that. So maybe a lot of this can be avoided if and when things go stuff. Much love and peace, everyone.